This episode is called The Visit of the Magi to the Christ Child. Welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you all have a very healthy New Year. Today, we will be reading from Matthew, New Testament. Do not look for Matthew in the Old Testament. You will not find him. Matthew 2, 4, all the way to 13. Good afternoon, my faithful friends. This is Your Faith with Nan. The Visit of the Magi. The Magi, we think, we're not sure. They're thinking that maybe there were 3 of them. Like in every nativity scene, you see 3 wise men. It didn't necessarily have to be like that, but because they brought 3 presents to Jesus, we considered them to be 3. Now, this visit is called a few things. Called Epiphany, because they saw Jesus for the first time and it was their first look to see him. Or it's called the Manifestation. If you want to, please read along with me. Open up your Bibles and see if you could find Matthew 2, called The Visit of the Magi. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do his homage." When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written through the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and ascertained from them the time of the star's appearance. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word that I too may go and bring him homage." After their audience with the king, they set out. And behold, the star that they had seen at its rising preceded them until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star. And on entering the home, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They prostrated themselves and did him homage. Then they opened their treasures and offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed for their country for another way. Now, they were told in a dream not to go back to see Herod. But let me tell you what happens after that. It's called the Massacre of the Innocents. When Herod realized that he had been deceived by the Magi, he became furious. He ordered the massacre of all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity, 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had ascertained from the Magi. Then was fulfilled what had been said through Jeremiah the prophet. A voice was heard in Ramah, sobbing with loud lamentation, Rachel weeping for her children, and she would not be consoled since they were no more. So why do you think Herod did that? Herod wanted to destroy Jesus. So he killed every newborn baby up until 2 years old in Jerusalem, or Bethlehem, so to speak. Now, this is the end, more or less, of the Christmas story with the Magi. Joseph goes back because he was in Egypt because he was afraid of Herod. So he goes back, and he goes back to a place called Nazareth. And if you remember, we call Jesus the Nazarene. That's where he gets his name. Joseph went and dwelt in a town called Nazareth, so that what had been spoken through the prophets in the Old Testament, the prophets in the Old Testament knew that Jesus was going to be born. So that the prophets might be fulfilled. He shall be called a Nazarene. So Jesus is called a Nazarene, and this more or less is the end of what we're going to do for Christmas. Now, if you have enjoyed the Christmas story, which I have read to you, please leave your comments below. Show the story to your family. Leave a comment that you liked it. Leave a comment that you want to know more about Joseph and Mary, and maybe we could look it up for you. There's really not too much in the scriptures about it, so we're going to have to study it a little bit more. So, this is where we end this right now, with Jesus being called the Nazarene. Now, we have one more segment that I will be doing for next week. It's called The Boy Jesus in the Temple. This is one of the most important readings of the New Testament, because this is when Jesus realizes who he is. This is Nan, Your Faith with Nan. I hope you're having a good time. I'm having a good time.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus was. When Jesus was. You know he was. When Jesus was. When Jesus was. When Jesus was. My sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus was. When Jesus was. Oh, you know he was. When Jesus was. Oh, you know he was. When Jesus was. He washed my sins